Hello, everybody. You should all be back from ads now. How's everybody doing? Can everybody hear me okay? I am a tired potato, alas. But we have gaming time, and so we shall take it. All right. Let's get back into this. All right. Where were we? I've completely forgotten. I think we just did some sort of... We had some sort of conversation with Spirit, but I've entirely forgotten, and I didn't bother to go back and look where we were in my last stream, so we're just gonna go with it. Once everyone is gathered at the fire pit, Dwight and Claudette quickly make an announcement. We're not going to blame anyone in particular, but someone, and we're not going to say who, so don't worry, you, hasn't been sticking to this schedule. That means we're behind on time for evening activities. And we only have time for one person to share their special spooky nighttime story. Oh? Just one story? But story time is my favorite activity! This is a narrative-heavy experience! You're telling us that only one person gets to share? How will we decide who? Oh, great. We have to decide as a group? That never goes well. Whoever did this, step up now. I swear I won't be angry. I'll merely chop your head clean off. No fuss, no muss. Fuck off, Trapper. Voice trembling, you realize this is probably it for you, but you embrace your fate. Sorry, everyone. I think they're talking about me. To be honest, I still don't understand how this whole schedule thing works. I guess I lost track of time while I was passed out. Been there before. Even though it's taking some pressure off of me, which is an absolute dream come true, is it really fair to pick on the newbie? Seriously? Has anything here ever happened on schedule? Even once? Damn it, Donald, if you try to flex that authority gimmick one more time, so help me, I'll snap your head off so quick and then I'll drown you in his blood, Cynthia. Fuss and muss and back on. You two know how... Bleh. You two know I love to hack, slash, and slice. We all know you love to kill. It's almost all you talk about. Nobody named any names. Who even knows any names? Not us. I renounce my name. Who's Donald? Who's Dwight? Who even knows anymore? Call me nobody. But we still gotta... They changed it to nobody! They changed his name to nobody. Oh, that's an excellent detail. But we still gotta get started on story time, so... Who do you think should go? Ah, damn it, that's a name. Please pick somebody quickly so that this tropical vacation doesn't turn into a bloodbath. I want to hear Spirits. I choose you, Spirit. Whoa. This entire experience is being carefully crafted to avoid an IP infringement lawsuit. Let's be careful with the catchphrases, will ya? No. Really? You want to hear from me? Spirit huffs and dramatically rolls her eyes as she gets to her feet in front of the campfire. Don't let her talk you out of it. She's great with ghost stories. Ringing endorsement from Huntress. I don't know where she gets it, but she comes up with the scariest stuff. Seriously disturbing, even to me, and I literally pulled a guy's skull and spine out once with my bare hands. Kinky. Talk about bullshit stories. Fuck off, Trapper. If everyone else is going to chit-chat, I guess I can just sit down and... Huntress's eyes go red behind her mask, and both Trapper and Wraith take their seat. Yes, Queen. They know when it's worth fighting and when it's not, as they should. Well, I hate to break it to you, but tonight's story isn't scary. It's a romance. Too late now, though. I was selected, and so I'm going to tell my story. I call it... The Prisoner's Kiss. The little glitter bits. That's... I know that this game was intended to be like a joke thing. But fucking hell, they went hard on this. They went so fucking hard in the art for this. You notice that Huntress and Wraith are both sharing a giant tub of popcorn. Nobody offered you popcorn. I want popcorn. Where's my popcorn? It was a dark summer night. Warm rain seeped from the sky like blood from an old wound. Detective Hota, a celebrated investigator and renowned hostage negotiator, was called to the scene of a strange occurrence, unlike anything she had ever seen before. When she arrived, the scene was chaotic. Crowds had begun to gather. A dozen other officers were doing everything they could to keep curious onlookers away. But how could anyone resist wanting to know more? For there, in the middle of a busy market, had appeared a giant box. Strange, alien in its appearance, and massive in size. No one knew how it got there. Was it delivered? Built on site? In such a busy area, how could something like this just appear? A mystery. It was as if conjured by magic. But this was no illusion. The huge box was very real, and someone was trapped inside. Spirit pauses her story to look from face to face of each audience member. She has no expression, but you feel her vibrating with energy. She's in her element. "Help me!" cried someone inside the box. It was a man, terrified, trapped, imprisoned, his voice trembling. By now, it was as if every detective in the city was there, looking this strange structure up and down, inspecting it on every side. It didn't make sense. There were no doors, no windows, no fasteners or seams. It was completely solid and much too heavy to move by hand. Solid, that is, except for a single small slit, just enough to see the bloodshot eyes of the prisoner trapped inside. I don't know what happened. I woke up and here I was. I'm so scared. Please help me, cried the man, as if pleading for his life. No stranger to tense situations, Detective Hota comforted the man. She used her training to calm him and buy time for the other investigators. However, time did not bring clarity, only anxiety, as the night dragged on with no progress opening the box. And as the night grew longer, the seeping rain puddling on the ground, the man inside grew more desperate, more sad and lonely, more pathetic and in need of help. Look at her face. Shit, that's a good detail. The sweat drop. But Detective Hota was no help at all. Powerless to save him, guilt began to weigh on her like it never had before. Don't let me die in here, the man begged. Don't let me die alone. Stay calm, instructed Detective Hota. You're not alone. I'm here. Hell, half the town is here. We're all in this together, and we won't let this be the end of your story. Looking through that narrowest of passageways, Detective Hota watched her own reflection in the tear-filled eyes of this strange, sad prisoner. Together they both wept in silence at the hopelessness of the moment. Promise? Asked the man. Promise that I'm not alone? Yes, she promised. I do. A simple pledge. She felt an instant connection like she had never felt before. Not to her family, not to her friends, not to any of the other hostages she had worked so hard to free before. And so, when the man's eyes closed and backed away, it didn't scare Detective Hota, for she knew he would return. And he did, pressing his lips up to the narrow slit in this horrible puzzle box, repeating his question again, steam flowing from his mouth as he asked, Promise? Promise that I'm not alone. Yes, she promised. I do. And pressing her palms against the cold outside of the box, without truly knowing why, Detective Hota leaned forward and placed her own lips up to the opening, letting her breath creep into this strange structure, allowing her warm lips to fall on this man's. That's moving fast. It was a gentle kiss, a moment of compassion. She could feel in this brief contact the beating of her heart, pulsing blood through every inch of her body, matched beat for beat in this soft touch. Thank you, said the man, no trace of fear remaining in his voice. And he backed away into the darkness, disappearing in a single moment of eerie calmness. "Get back!" yelled an officer, suddenly thrusting himself between Detective Hota and the box, breaking a silence that would soon be filled with a cacophony of whirring gears and clicking latches, a symphony of mechanical activity happening all at once. Something had triggered, as if an unseen lever pulled, and the side of the giant box began to slide open. What's about to happen? Detective Hota gripped her flashlight tightly and pushed forward into the foggy interior of the giant box. Her feet splashed in the puddled rainwater, her heart racing as she swept her light from side to side. Oh, look at her face. Sorry, Rosie came in for a second. And that's when her eyes landed on the man. Or at least, landed on what should have been him. There, in the corner of the box, was a pile of pieces. Like parts of a doll, almost. Pulled apart, or... perhaps that's just how Detective Hota had to think of him in that moment, to survive. A collection of segments, limbs, pieces, disconnected from one another, cleanly severed and placed in a neat little pile. And atop that pile, a head, cold, pale, eyes open, lips an icy blue. Spirit stares at the fire, her own expression lifeless, her lips blue. Tears fall from her chin and soak into the sand at her feet. Holy shit, that was a ghost story. Damn. They seriously put way too much effort into this game. Holy crap. You're blown away by the story. And it's safe to say you're not alone. Everyone else is looking into the fire or up at the sky. Anywhere but its spirit. It was you who chose her. You who initiated this harrowing tale. So sad, so creepy, so sensual. She really went into great detail when it came to describing that kiss. Too much detail, and now no one is sure how to act. Dwight and Claudette are staring daggers at you. You have to do something. This game was supposed to be a lighthearted romp. Please, I said do something. Say nothing and hug her. You stand, and without saying anything, approach Spirit, reaching your arms around her for a hug. Her robe, hovering in the air, begins to wrap itself around you and squeeze you into her. It's kind of like being hugged back, but also like being tied up. It's certainly not what you expected. Instinctually, you pull yourself away, but it's an awkward movement and you nearly fall into the fire. Spirit says nothing and floats away without so much as a goodbye. You, meanwhile, realize everyone had just watched this truly strange interaction from the corners of their eyes. Fuck off, all of you. I didn't see any of you doing anything. On that note, everyone decides it's time to take a break and split up for a little bit. So they can all have a moment alone before bed. Hi, Blakey. How you doing, Blakey? How's your Saturday? No, my phone! Chat, come back! There we go. Okay, chat is safe again. Everyone leaves, and you're alone by the fire. The only thing you hear is the ocean, slowly lapping against the shore. Oh my god. Chat, please. Oh no, you had to work. Oh yeah, that's right. Saturday is one of your work days. Ah, that sucks, Blakey. I'm so glad you're home. Welcome home, and welcome to stream. And welcome back to Hooked on You. You were talking about it yesterday. This is nice. A true moment of peace and tranquility that lasts for all of 7 seconds because Trickster shows up and he's blaring his latest song. Alright, that was a nice little intro sound, I will admit. Look who's talking, Rosie. Coming from the other dork in the family. Look who's talking. Bye, bitch. I swear, these drive-by strays from my own fucking sister. Munches popcorn. Blakey, you traitor. You're supposed to defend me? Hey, baby. You look lonely. Mind if I join you? Okay, yes, you're purple, but, I'm not sure I like you. He doesn't wait for an answer. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about this guy. I know you've been hearing from these guppies all day, but I want you to hear something from a big fish like me. Something special those in charge of this island don't want you to hear. I am the ultimate catch on this island. The only lobster in an ocean of sardines. That is such a bad analogy. That is such a bad metaphor. Oh, wow. It made you gag when you played. Yeah. Oh, he's a later addition? That's interesting. That might explain why he feels kinda out of place, really. Oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. No one can give you what I can. Nausea? Vomiting? Explosive diarrhea? Come on, enlighten me. What can you give me? You just have to find me. Horse flesh. Come find me, baby. Trickster leaves. You're a bit confused about what to make of his cryptic clues, but you aren't gonna get any time to yourself to think about them just yet. Spirit approaches you. You know, I was watching you while I told my story. I could tell it was having an effect on you. This fog that follows me around. I could feel you breathing heavily, taking me in. Hello? You and I are both absolutely flabbergasted at that piece of information. Legit, you learn something new every day, even when you're a god. I mean, narrator. You're doing it again right now. You need to calm down. You should come to the hot tub with me. Dipping in hot tubs with the spirit? You've come a long way in a single day. I'm not saying you shouldn't follow her, an offer like that. Just don't forget our little talk. Ooh. I like this song. You and your storyteller friend slip into the water. It's just the right temperature for an evening dip. Plus, if some jealous shark comes along and manages to jump from the ocean into the pool, you're also pretty sure your killer companion could handle it. I don't think a shark is jumping that far. I just want to be totally clear, even though that story bore some similarities to my life, it was not about me in any way, shape, or form. Not symbolically, not metaphorically, not any otherically. I believe you, completely. Sure, you were cut into pieces in your life, and so was the person in the story. A perfectly normal coincidence. Sure, you're on this island, trapped, one might say, in a most puzzling place. Also, a completely regular coincidence. And sure, his lips were blue, your lips are blue. Really? You'd call this blue? Searching for answers, hoping to find revenge. Okay, so the similarities stop there, I guess. Coincidences. Sorry. The coincidences. Sweetie. Sweetie, you're not fooling anybody. Get this through your head. Whoever you are. She looks so disgusted right now. Samurai blood runs through my veins. Or, well, maybe it's coagulated by now. No need to sweat the details. Regardless, I'm a descendant of noble warriors. Thousands of years of training with bladed weapons preceded my entrance into this world. Do you know how many swords that is? A lot. You've got to figure that with that many sharp edges, a person is bound to get disconnected from a body part here and there. The truth is, and I wouldn't typically share this, so don't go blabbing about it, I dreamt that story. Batman! Thank you. like watching a movie in my sleep, when I was just a little girl, years before my father sunk his blade into my skin. Ah, shit, girl. That's rough. I've never been able to shake it. It's a very adult story for a child to dream. Do you believe me? Yes. I know we just met, but yes, I do believe you. The way you told that story, it clearly came from someplace deep. Fool! Who taught you to trust a stranger? You're going to get hurt if you don't learn to take better care of yourself. Now you've got me wondering, do I believe you if you believe her or not? And if I know everything, because trust me, I do know everything, don't I already know the answer to my own question about if I believe your answer to Spirit's question? Whoa. Ocean air got me trippin'. Sorry, I didn't mean to distract us both. What's important is that a certain corpsey cutie floating in a cloud of magical mist might still be waiting for you to say the right thing and free her from her puzzle box. If you believe that she is the... Damn it, got me going again. Narrator has ADHD confirmed. Unfortunately, before you can follow this conundrum to what will surely be a mind-numbing cycle of new questions, you find a certain to someone standing before you with a fresh towel, ready to dry you off. Oh, she's so pissed about this. Sorry, kids, but it's time for bed. I might be the youngest one here, but I'm no kid. I do, however, love being wrapped up in a fresh, clean towel. My mother used to help me wash my hair when I was young. She'd comb out all of the tangles and tie a ribbon around it before sending me on my way. I miss her. You watch as Spirit stares off into the distance, her hand gripping into a tight fist. She doesn't notice you're watching her at first. When she catches you looking, she turns away, roughly grabs a towel from Dwight, and then pushes him and Claudette aside as she floats off. Okay. You head over to the campfire. The heat is comforting on this chilly night. Looking into the cracking embers, you think about Spirit's story, about the prisoner in the puzzle box. If you manage to escape this place, will you leave with your life? Or has it already been taken from you, and it's just a matter of time until you make a gruesome discovery? Before you can dwell too much on your own fate, Claudette and Dwight arrive, their now familiar, creepy smiles stretching from ear to ear. It's a bit menacing to see a smile like that lit by firelight. We must apologize for the accommodations. We weren't prepared for another guest, but we're going to make you comfortable, or die trying. They hand over a pillow and blanket and welcome you to snuggle up by the fire. By the fire? I don't even get a tent, bitch! Come on, man, at least give me something over my head. Fuck you both. Perhaps some music will put you at ease. Just try to keep the volume to a minimum. Our other guests aren't the types you want to rob of their beauty sleep. Yeah, alright. As you relax and look into the fire, the radio begins to fuzz and flicker. You examine it and decide that you might adjust the dial and fix it. Let's see what's on this station. No matter how many things you listen to, you still can't sleep. You decide to ask one of the killers to spend a little more time with you until you're sleepier. Oh, that sounds like a bad idea. Who would you like to summon to your side as you lay by the fire? Oh, Lord. Spirit? Are you around? I was wondering if I could get a little company. Spirit tells you her secret for falling asleep when she's feeling restless. This is going to be gruesome. Oh! That's actually totally normal. I like to listen to flute music, dab on some essential oils, and steam my pores. Really? What? Even the dead like to relax. Well, it makes sense. I don't really have any of those things around. We got a present! Spirit reaches out and presents you with a unique item. It's a small comb, carved from bamboo. I guess you could hold on to this. It was a gift from my mother. Oh, damn. I will want it back, though. And if you lose it, well, you'll get your revenge on me. If it's the last thing I do. You finally start to feel sleepy. Except, maybe this isn't really a sleepy feeling. Maybe you're paralyzed. You try to keep your eyes open, but you can't. Darkness overtakes you. The dark voice from earlier speaks to you again. It shouldn't still be as spooky. By now you've had a whole day of strange voices in your head, but this one is still undeniably odd. The human body is made up of 60% water. Did you know that? Of course you did. Everyone knows that. Even amnesiac video game protagonists. Well, guess what? Drink as much as you'd like. You'll never get to 100%. You hear me? Don't think I don't see what you're up to. Huh? You awake suddenly to see someone looming over you. Oh, fuck off! Trapper is sitting beside you, sketching a portrait. Oh, you're awake. I saw you with the spirit right before bedtime. You should know, they're not what they seem. Not like me, who is obviously completely honest and trustworthy. No, you're not. I was out checking to make sure you weren't sleeping near one of my... Actually, never mind. Just be careful where you sit. But since I'm here, I'd like to share two things with you. One, I do not take rejection well. Two, the first thing is very important to remember. Were you drawing me? Trapper doesn't answer. You aren't drawing stink lines radiating out from me, are you? Still nothing from Trapper. Look. I'm not an easy guy to get along with, but I am an easy guy to spend time with. That will make sense if you choose to spend time with me tomorrow. The rest of the scum live like rats. They wouldn't know a good time if I bit them on the ass. I mean that literally. Point is, if you select me, you're in for a day of luxury, extravagance, and fun. Yes, I said fun. And if I don't pick you, remember what I said earlier. Or it might be the last thing you ever forget. But hey, you look tired. Get some rest. Sleep. Maybe even sleep well if you can. Just try not to roll over to the about 15 feet to your left. Okay. Finally alone. For real this time. Maybe. You drift off to sleep again. Hopefully you're not poisoned. Wait a second, where are we? This isn't... Oh, jeez, it is. It's one of those reality show confessional rooms where all of the contestants talk directly to camera. Look, I don't need anyone. I've been perfectly fine on my own since my mother died. I eat an all-organic diet of raw deer, bear, and human, and I am fit as a fiddle. That being said, something about this newcomer makes me think I might be missing out on some huge part of this thing called life. There's always time to turn things around. Like that one time I spent day and night searching for food in vain. Only to return to my cabin, spent and starving, to find a family of squirrels resting in my chimney. They were delicious. Look, I'm always full of rage. The key is knowing how to control your rage so you can use it. I am a master of self-control. And right now I'm using all the self-control I can muster because today was a disaster. Let's just say I didn't love it. That was funny. Laugh. I said laugh, damn it. Anyway, I'm planning to kill this idiot. Don't tell them though. I want to lead them on a little more. It'll make it that much better for me when they're screaming. Fuck off, Trapper. I don't really care. This island is full of people who don't really like me, so what's one more? I don't want to get distracted from my plan anyways. I know that everyone thinks of me as a beautiful, cold-blooded monster. I can't help it. Circulation just isn't my thing. I don't choose to be cold. This cute hat and robe, okay, those are a choice, sure. If someone were to come around and capture my heart, at least that beats being stabbed in it. Besides, if I'm going to get bloody revenge on a society that has used me and thrown me away, maybe it wouldn't hurt to have a little help. Oh, look at her face. Still alive. I've survived my first day. Nice. How many days are there? I have no idea. You open your eyes. The sun is shining. There's not a cloud in the sky. False! Look at all of these clouds. You're a fucking liar, narrator. Look at all of these clouds. And you feel great. Totally well rested. You're not even suspicious of the fact that you fell asleep by the campfire, but woke up several yards down the beach. That's not creepy at all. Wait, were you on vacation? Was yesterday nothing more than a strange dream? No, not a dream. You really are here for another day. Why, I have no idea. You're obviously a weirdo. Speaking of weirdos, I see the rest of the gang is hanging out on the beach. This is definitely not a dream. I wouldn't rule out a nightmare just yet, though. At least they make for a sexy bunch, no? And talk about sexy. Here comes Trickster, carrying coffee. Morning, beautiful. I thought you might like a nice cup of joe to start off this incredible day right. That's not suspicious at all. I'm going to save. Trickster seems suspiciously cheerful. I'm sure there's nothing nefarious behind his joyful demeanor, though. Everyone knows musicians are morning people. I also want to wish you luck. Today is an important one. My only regret is that I won't be a bigger part of it. Ugh, sorry. Budgeting issues. Also, I am just swamped with engagements, especially on the other island. Trickster winks at you. If you want to ask him how to reach the other island, now is the time. Never mind, he left. Well, at least he bought me a cup of— No, wait, don't drink that! What the hell was that? They don't call him Trickster because he's good on a skateboard. And he definitely didn't get that name because he brings people drinks so that they can have a good morning. That was almost certainly not coffee. And I don't want anyone casually poisoning, imprisoning, and torturing you. Yet. This is supposed to be a tropical paradise. The type of place you give a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, 2 thumbs up review to. Not an eternal prison of pain. And please make sure to leave a review. It really helps with the algorithms. Just trust me, I'm looking out for you. So can we please move on? Hey, wait a second. How did a possibly omniscient, probably unreliable narrator physically just knock that coffee out of your hand? That's what I want to know. This is not Parliament, and the floor does not recognize the ocean to speak out of turn at this moment. I need no recognition, for I am the ocean. I dominate the land. I submerge those who defy me and become their watery grave. Actually, speaking of graves, I would like to say something. Something of grave importance. Fine, go ahead. Even if this place is an eternal prison of pain, and I'm not saying it is, even a place of extreme horror can still receive a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10 thumbs up review. If it was crafted with love and or that's the type of thing you're into. You know, you're right. You know, the ocean is right. A lot of hard work goes into a place like this. You really should judge it on the artist's intent. And wherever possible, start from the mindset of giving them the benefit of the doubt. Constructing these elaborate simulations, vacations, is not easy to do. Sometimes there are small bugs or inconsistencies, but that's just the nature of the process. Perfection is overrated. The universe is filled with mysteries. 1 second, guys, I need to hydrate. I'm not used to talking out loud constantly like this. We ought to celebrate those who venture to bare their souls as a part of a creative process with the ultimate intent of making things for our enjoyment, not be overly critical of them. Preach. Are you two trying to sell me on this place actually being good? You don't have to say it like that. Especially after I saved you from that poorly made cup of coffee. Sorry, we should have been here 5 minutes ago. They always do this on the second morning. Sad, really. Even if they do make some great points. Oh, sure, they make great points, I agree. Can we please move on? Yes, of course. Apologies. The last few minutes aside, have you been enjoying your time here on the island? Yes, I'm not suspicious that there's no option. What an encouraging response. And we're so glad you're not suspicious. Hey, Claudette. Maybe Sif isn't suspicious because they've figured out what they're actually doing here. Zero chance. They're still clicking. Even right now to see how you'll respond. Hey, look at that. Yeah, they don't know anything. It doesn't matter though, Sif. We're so happy to hear you're having fun. I didn't say I was having fun. We're all having fun, Sif. Do you hear us? We're all having fun. We do need to ask you one more question, though. We all had to sign away our rights to say anything negative about this place. Would you please sign this non-disparagement agreement? No. No, I will not say anything negative about this island. You have my word that I, Sif, agree with the terms of this verbal contract. Fuck. Perfect. Delightful. Excellent. Yes, yes! Hey, it's still totally cool if you have constructive feedback. The place to leave that is in a positive review, because we all know that nobody reads negative reviews of games, or resorts like this. Anyway, I see Dwight and Claudette have gone into a trance, and with the grumbling I hear from your belly, that can only mean one thing. Breakfast, please. Perfect timing. Everyone rolls into the dining area to lard up those sexy little bellies with pancakes and bacon and so much for maintaining those beach bods. We're all half naked in a tropical paradise. Can we please get some strawberries here? A yogurt? Magical powers will only get you so far. Even killers watch their sodium intake. You take your plate and sit down, thinking about yesterday and the whirlwind of feelings you experienced. Danger, dread, disorientation. It was like going through puberty again, except all in one day on a beautiful and mysterious island. It looks like you're not the only one doing some introspection, though. Trapper stands up to talk about how his day went, in case anyone was wondering. Personally, I wasn't. I can't imagine you could make me any angrier today than you did yesterday. But I really hope you do. I really, really hope you do. Unrelated, has anyone seen where I left my cleaver? Just kidding, I always know where my cleaver is. Well, that was bizarre. Back to your breakfast. Nope. Now Huntress steps up to talk about her feelings. This island is treacherous. I don't know what the newcomer thinks they're doing here, but it certainly isn't helping any of us. Whoa. Huntress pretends to be all independent, but is she secretly kind of miffed you and her aren't getting along? Ah, well, that surely must be it. No one else would weirdly stand up during breakfast to... And just like that, here comes Spirit. Something's not right. Did anyone else feel especially cold last night? Not in the technically dead sense, but... I don't know. Some other sense? It's like, for the first time in a long time, I felt the sun yesterday. And then it went away. I didn't like it. Interesting. Guessing Wraith has had enough time to work up the courage to speak in front of a group. Ah, perfect. There he is. Take us home, Wraith. I'm glad the introduction of Sif to our island paradise, and yeah, that was in quotations, didn't distract me from my normal routine, ignoring all of you and vice versa. This place is an eternal prison of suspicion and suffering, and no one cares. I'm still the only one asking any questions. I'm asking a question too. It's, when will Wraith shut up? And now they're all looking at you expectantly. Wait, are you supposed to stand up and explain how yesterday made you feel? I think I need to process everything by myself. I'll see you all soon. Damn. What a power play. Keep them wanting more. You're getting good at this game. Or, sexy true-to-life experience. Wow. Shame you didn't get to eat any breakfast, but so be it. Aw, I didn't get breakfast? That sucks. Sheesh. I'm a tired potato. After breakfast, you head to the hot tub by yourself to clear your head. Yesterday was, in short, a lot. Before you get there, though, something catches your attention. You hear that? Who are you addressing? Me? Well, yeah, I guess. That is okay, right? Ads! We shall pause! And I'll see anybody stuck in ads in 3 minutes. Alright, everybody should be back from ads now. Alright, so I think we got cut off on this line, so we'll start over. Well, yeah, I guess. That is okay, right? You know, I might be pursuing a relationship with one of these 4 fine killers, but it feels like the person I'm getting to know the most is you, narrator. It's only okay in so much as it serves to illustrate that you've lost your mind, seeing as how I'm not real and all. Yeah, I heard it this time. I think it's coming from behind the shed. No, stick it in there. A little more, a little more. Oh yeah, that's it. How does that... Oh no! Intense. Nice. Yeah, it feels right. This is uncomfortable. Now I want you to take that and put it right... Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Just like that. Exactly like that. I swear I had no idea these two even do, whatever it is they're doing. I'm afraid to look. Please say something so they know you're close by and can hear everything. Oh wow! Look at this super cool bottle of Trickster brand suntan lotion someone left on a chair. Anyone know where I can buy some? Damn it! Aw, come on! A little privacy, please! Dwight is panting, and Claudette has a crazed look in her eyes. Sorry, I didn't know how else to let you know I was here and that I could hear you. Well, you know! Know what? What do you think we were doing? You were doing... I don't know exactly what you were doing, but it sounded like, fun? You think 2 people trying to find new ways to kill each other in a desperate search to make their own death permanent is fun? Oops. We get 5 minutes to ourselves every day, and we spend it hoping if we stab each other in just the right spot, we won't get resurrected. I've come to believe that the key is finding the exact place we need to bleed out from. And I believe that place is in our appendix. Why else would it be there? Makes sense to me. Did you actually think we were... Me and him? Dwight? You don't have to laugh that hard. They get it. My life is a nightmare, and yet somehow it's never been worse than right now. Let's go, lover boy! I noted all our entry wounds, and our 5 minutes is up anyway. Good luck, Sif. You're going to need it. And, hey, if you figure out how to escape this island, please make sure your ghost tells us how. That was both a tragedy and a comedy. A cragmedy. Shut up, I like it. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah! You're headed to the hot tub by yourself to clear your head. Yesterday was, in short, a lot. So far today has been exhausting too. But you're dedicated to achieving a true, centered sense of calm. No drama, no bullshit, just soaking up sun in a heated pool. Today you're on a date with you. Ooh, I like that. I want to be on a date with me. Who would make the first move? And aside from that disturbing thought, all is going to plan. Until a shadow blocks your precious sun. Spiky tipped, like a palm tree is bending over to screw with you. But it's no tree at all, it's... Trickster. Hey, babe. Breakfast was weird, huh? Everyone just getting up and announcing how they're feeling. What was that about? Some forced kind of check-in with the group? I don't like it. Fishy. Kinda lazy. Whatever, though. Breakfast is dumb. No one should eat before noon or after 4 p.m. Yeah, I do intermittent fasting. Have you've seen my abs, by the way? Maybe you can see them later at my private stage on the other island. You know, IP Island, where all the Hollywood celebs hang out. If you play your cards right. Seribot got a bot. Good bot, Seribot. I could give you a private show. Catch you around. His abs are pretty amazing. You've got to give him that. And the blow-up bat? Threatening, but adorable. Makes for an interesting silhouette. Genius design. He is a psychopath just like the rest of them. You don't gotta give him anything. And we're not best friends. Just because we had a little talk about doing a little talking, it's not an invitation to go smashing the fourth wall every 5 seconds. Okay, now that that guy is gone and we've got some ground rules established... Oh, damn. Do I have... Nah, I can't go back. Nope. Another shadow. These people will not leave you alone. Let's see who it is this time. Oh, it's Spirit. That checks out. You two have gotten pretty cozy. We should get out of here. I know a place that brings a bit of welcome darkness to this tropical nightmare. Best of all, I'm the only one who seems to know about it, so we won't be bothered there. Alright. I don't even know why I'm telling you, really. It's my private spot. But I guess I've got a feeling that you'll appreciate it in the way that I do. Not like these other killers. They don't get me. But I'll get them. Oh, I'll get them all. And I'll get my father, too, and I'll punish him for what he did to my mother and me. Spirit radiates a menacing aura, waving her sword around in the air as she threatens, well, the entire universe. It's scary and more than a little hot if you get turned on by menacing. Look, all this time on Murderer's Island has got us both a little confused about things. I'm choosing to lean into it. I'd suggest you do the same. You've seen her get mad, which is probably enough to scare you into compliance. But you've also seen that there's a more sensitive side hiding within her. Which one do you think will win out? You consider her offer, but... before you can decide if you want to go off with Spirit, the Huntress interjects. I guess you could go off with Spirit today. She seems pretty cool, actually. I think if we weren't here on this island, vying against each other for your attention, we might actually be friends. We might have something, though, you and I. I couldn't let you go off to her goth lighthouse without speaking up for her. First, yes, I know her secret spot. I see everything through the holes in this adorable mask. So, my offer stands. We can still hang out today. Plenty of room at my cabin. Wink, wink. It's pretty cute that Huntress thinks she has to say wink, wink out loud. The mask barely even hides her face. It really doesn't hide much. Tough choice. You weigh your options quickly because you can only go on one date today, and you also don't want to be hacked to pieces for saying the wrong thing. It's always good to remember that these are cold-blooded killers. But you know what they say. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. and then die a horrible, retching, writhing death after drinking it because the lemons were poisoned all along. Sorry, this island has got me really tilted. So who will it be? Spirit? I gotta go with Spirit. You've made the correct decision. But know this. Just because you picked me doesn't mean I'm going to slobber all over you like a dog. Understand? Well, of course you've still got a lot to prove to me. I want to believe that our connection is real, but I've been hurt before. Literally. With a katana. Crispy just bursting in just to make me do self-care. How dare. How dare. Alright. Okay. Stretch. I am all the way up in my chair. And I will hydrate. You're bed rotting. Stop, Blakey. Don't call me out like this. Ham! Okay, we just had a bunch of people come in. So, somebody please do shouties. I need a shouty for Quispy. I need a shouty for Blakey. I need a shouty for Ham. Who else did I see? No, I think that's everybody. He shouted me out in my house. You guys are silly. Hold on, I need to let the dog out of the bedroom. You guys are silly. All right. Oh. Hello, everybody. How is your Saturday going? I know that Quispy is bed rotting and Blakey just got back from work. It's so nice to see all of you wonderful beings in here. Alright, let me get this set back up. You were up way too late, Ham. Oh, that's a mood. That is a mood. Debating whether to do friend dinner or not. See, none of my friends live close enough to do a friend dinner. But also I don't really like going out. Wispy was also up way too late. Is that why you are bed rotting at, almost 2:30 in the afternoon? Not that I'm judging. I have been known to do exactly that. Fell asleep at 6 a.m. Quispy! Who were you playing games with all night, Quispy? Who were you gaming with all night? I'm doing pretty good today, Ham. I'm doing pretty good today. You were doing art. Ooh, you got in the groove. Good for you, Quispy. Okay, I think we're going to have to take a quick BRB break because Batman is indicating he didn't want out of the room. He wanted out. So, I'm going to take 5 minutes and we're going to go walk the dog. We'll be right back. Give me just a second, guys. My new hockey jerseys just got here and I need to hang them up. Hello, I'm back. All right, what did I miss? Ooh. Yeah, resource grinding can be really bad in Cult of the Lamb. Bread! Bread's in here! Nice! Blakey fighting Panda in Cult of the Lamb, that'd be great. Oh, you guys having fun in my chat. Nice. Oh, I will absolutely take pictures later, Brad. I will absolutely take pictures. And I was very much not wrong about them fitting me. They're, in fact, quite large. I have no problems with this, though, because I very much like it when my sweaters are oversized. Alright. I will definitely take pictures of them right after stream. Alright. Let's get back into this. A katana that I now wield in spectral form. You feel me? Because you will feel me if you try any of that macho trapper crap. Correct. Fuck trapper. Yeah, I feel you. Before you ask Claudette and Dwight to clarify, I'll just let you know that yes, it is too late to change your answer now. Oh, Revenge never looked as cute as it does in a sun hat and a black bikini. Oh, wow. I like that lighthouse. I like how that looks. That's nice. You and Spirit arrive at the coast, overlooking the black lighthouse. It's old and decrepit, but still impressive. There's something magnetic about it. You can see why Spirit would be drawn to such a place. Ayo is right, Ham. I would absolutely live in something like this. You look Spirit up and down and notice that she's wearing all black. No, she's not. She's got spider lilies. Just like the lighthouse. She's got spider lilies on her hat and on her robe. She is not wearing all black. She is still goth. I'm noticing a bit of a theme. Is black your favorite color? Black isn't really a color at all. It's the absence of color. It's a void. Like me. Spirit smiles. Nature abhors a vacuum. You're not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. The lapping waves on the shore of the coast set a romantic tone. The fog that surrounds Spirit everywhere she goes blends perfectly with the mist rolling up over the rocky shoreline. She's at one with this place. And so are you. I want that beachfront life, but also want a house that says go away. She did nail it. She absolutely nailed it, Ham. The peace doesn't last too long, however, as the lighthouse lets out an eerie howl, like a monster dying. A spiraling black light stretches out across the sky. I love the soundtrack in this. It's very good. Spirit has to yell at you just to be heard. Oh yeah, it does that! The light and sound recede, and the two of you sit in silence. Spirit lays a towel down and then pats on it gently. Clearly she wants your company, so you oblige. When you do, she takes out some sunscreen and hands it to you. Aww. Yeah, this music really hits. You're not exactly sure what to do. Is this an invitation to get in a little hands-on action? What else could it be? Oh dear, hold on. I think my controller is freaking things out. There we go. Thanks. I forgot to bring my own when I lost my memory and fell into the ocean. We picked the correct choice! Oh, no, Ham, that's my phone. That's my phone notification sound. I wish I had a pet crow. That would be awesome. Unfortunately, I do believe that is illegal in the state of California. No problem. I figured as much. Spirit turns away while you slather lotion all over your body. You need any help reaching those difficult spots? I also love that none of you questioned that I might actually have a pet crow. I love that my vibes go towards that. Yeah, that's right, Ham. Oh god. Sammy Sandwich just put a sweatshirt into the family chat, preceded by the text, "I found the ultimate t-shirt," to which Rosie replied, "Oh dear." And then Sammy posts a picture of a sweatshirt with the words, "'Twas the tism, my lord." Oh, that is a good sweatshirt. That is top tier t-shirt. You see a hand float around your back. Sure, why not? If you're offering. Spirit's hand on your back is ice cold, but she has this soft touch. When she's done, she takes care of herself. Right, Blakey? Right? It's such a good shirt. You watch as Spirit applies sunscreen to herself in the most unique way by floating her own hand around her back to spread it on. Genius. Utter genius. I'm gonna save. No, I can't save during a decision. No. Okay. What am I most interested about? The glass. So, if you don't mind, what's the deal with all those shards of glass sticking out from all over your body? Oh! Oh, it was the right choice! Yay! You really want to know? You're not creeped out by them. You're not creeped out, just nervous because you know the answer might be very personal, but she's a person you want to get to know. Exactly! I was just thinking about what you must have gone through to end up like that. Had to have been horrible. It was worse than death. At least death ends eventually. But I wouldn't want to forget it. It literally made me who I am right now. She is into it, Ham! Truth is, I could pull all of these bits of glass that are stuck in my flesh out right now if I wanted to. But I don't want to. Each shard is a reminder of what my father did to me, and what the world did to him. Interesting. That's why I refuse to play the universe's game. I hate the idea that I'll be forced to succumb to pressure the way he did in the end. The way that fear and anger filled him up and then came bursting out. The way his misery flooded our home and drowned us all. Yeesh. It's hard not to think about revenge. The dragon inside me, it's doing to me what the world did to him. I have to fight it, even though it gives me strength. I must maintain control. Okay. You go, girl. Just a couple of dragons against the world, right, Ham? You're stronger than he ever was. I'm sure of it. I appreciate that. I suppose a little help isn't a bad thing. In life, in love. This world is a lot to endure alone. Maybe I could use a little assistance reaching my delicate toes for a bit of lotion. Hello? You know, having your body contorted into these vengeful poses, it really does a number on my joints. It rubs the lotion on its skin. I'm ready. Ah! There we go. Ah. No! No, I'm sorry! If you can't handle a couple of toes, what will you do with more of me? No! No matter, it's not like I need your help. It was just a gesture. You look up at the lighthouse, its ominous dark form hovering above this moment between Spirit and yourself. The mini games are just... they're... I'm gonna be honest, I don't like the mini game. But I enjoy the rest of the game, so... I did fail the foot test. I'm sorry, Ham. I've disappointed you. I'm gonna have to go refill my water bottle soon. Evil as it clearly is, in this case it does you a solid by blurting out another ominous moan and burst of black light that rescues you from this awkward silence. Oh, ayo! Oh! From seemingly out of nowhere, an ancient-looking ship appears in the water. It glows, itself a thing of death, a spirit of a ship that once sailed these seas, centuries ago. A tattered black flag whips in the ocean air above the ship as it careens towards the shore. Before crashing on the rocks. It must have been drawn in by the lighthouse. You hear the distant shouts of sailors as the old wooden ghost ship breaks up and sinks into the water. I'm pretty sure that's not what lighthouses are supposed to do. Oh, right. It does that sometimes, too. Should we, do something? Nah. The sharks will take care of it. Hello? Within a moment, the ocean is quiet again except for the waves. Note to self. Hungry sharks. But these time-traveling pirates, or whoever they were, you're half sure you saw one of those skull and crossbone flags, aren't the only ones drawn here today. Go Quispy! You did it! I know, that was so hard to do this morning myself. Oh, I'm so proud of you, Quispy. You got out of bed and you're dressed. You did so good. Oh, goldfish. An excellent reward. It's Wraith. He has emerged from the palm trees behind you. She's so pissed about it. And he's just all nonchalant. Blakey, as long as you're comfy, I don't care what you're wearing. Oh, Quispy, I see that. I see you loading up that game. Ooh, Indian dinner food for dinner. Nice. As you should, Quispy. Have fun. Yeah, we're all coming over to Quispy's for dinner tonight. Quispy, you need to buy enough for like 10 people. Because I can pack so much Indian food away. Especially if you get naan. I love naan. Both of us to assume you'll have leftovers. That's fair. That's fair. Blakey, you have got to try Indian food at some point. It's so good. I didn't come here to break up your date or something. I came here for that. For what? Wraith points to the lighthouse. It is indifferent to his attention. I've been seeing it in my dreams, shining its strange light on me. I can't avoid it through woods and walls. Nothing seems to stop it from reaching out to me. Duh, it's a haunted lighthouse. It does that to everyone at some point. You're no more special than me, those dead pirates, or that mermaid I saw washed up on shore that one time. Ew. Mermaids, by the way, aren't even close to as beautiful in person as they are in movies. More sea witch than underwater princess, if you get my drift. It's all part of a vast conspiracy, an epic river of lies that run beneath the island, or something. Ham. I'm pretty sure I've figured it out. The basics, anyway. If you come with me, you can get cut. Spirit waves her katana, nearly trimming a couple of buttons off of Wraith's tropical top. He takes the hint and backs away a few steps, slowly. For the quiet guy, he never really shuts up. Okay, be that way. You'll see. Alone at last, tension broken. Deathly moans quiet, and Wraith banished back to wherever he hangs out. You scooch closer to Spirit, breathing in the damp, foggy air that seems to emanate from her. His outfit is really nice, Ham. I will definitely agree with you there. It's not quite clear how that whole fog thing works, but you don't even care. You're feeling this moment. Spirit seems to be feeling it too. She starts to adjust her robe, and you get a peek at the bathing suit beneath. For someone who seems intent on proving how little she cares about what everyone else thinks, she put a lot of work into getting into that suit. It's got straps for days. However, you're so focused on what's happening with Spirit, you don't see the next interruption coming. And Claudette and Dwight burst in on you and interrupt whatever you were doing. It doesn't seem like they were worried they'd bump into much. We're here to make a very dramatic announcement. No, you assholes! Look at how pissed she is. I'm pissed. Well, technically, we're here to invite you to join us back at the beach, where we will be making a very dramatic announcement. It's hard being the producers and the hosts. Aren't survivors supposed to work in groups of 4? Yes, they are. Ugh. When you arrive at the beach, you realize you were set up. Despite promising an announcement, Dwight and Claudette simply stand quietly. Fuck your announcements. Right? This isn't at all what was promised. Wait a minute, there's no announcement here. But there is a me! Sir. You got mud in your ears, friend? I told you to get lost! Don't you see? Lost is what I am, and so are you. But I know the way out. I've got a map back in my secret lair. Literally and figuratively. Yeah, I know the difference. get off the stage! Blakey, come get your boy! Come get your boy! That's why you should ditch Spirit and come spend the rest of the night with me instead. You've got a secret lair? Damn it! Who said anything about a secret lair? You did, sir! I've got a... Sap in my secret hair. There's a flap on my secret chair? Don't change the subject! Look at her face! Wow! Blakey, your man's an idiot. Don't ask me what he's talking about. You're trying to make a mess of the first nice day I've had in I don't know how long, because it's not even clear what year it is, but in a while! Nope, no takebacks on that. No takebacks on that. We all know you would absolutely lick Wraith if you had the chance. Alright, so ads are gonna come up in about 5 minutes, so I'm going to pause gameplay when they start so I can go refill my water bottle. And maybe get a snack. It is almost lunchtime. I am not about to be ditched for the likes of you. Oh my god, Blake. Hello? It's not me messing things up. Like I keep trying to tell you, it's this dang island. I've come to accept a difficult truth. What's happening here? Well, I'm convinced it's our fate. It's not anyone's decision. It's simply the way it will be. There's no use fighting it. Blake, you couldn't play DBD normally before this game. And you know it. That's right, I said what I said. What would you even know about fighting? All you know is hiding in your spooky little secret hair and crying like a baby while ringing your little bell. So don't tell me what I can and can't fight back against. I was born a fighter. A dragon lives inside of me. I can't not fight, even when all I might want to do is hide. Don't you see this giant hat? It's a metaphor. Exactly, Blakey. So if I do have a fate, my fate is to win every fight that comes my way. Got it? Folks. Oh, you hide. I've seen you hide. You do your phase walking routine. What do you call it? That's basically cloaking. And we all know that cloaking is a type of hiding. Folks. You cloak. I don't cloak. I'm not a cloaker. I phase walk out in the open. You just can't see me. You have no idea what they're talking about, but this sure sounds like some video game community forum thread minutia, if there ever was such a thing. Not that you know about that either. Damn. It sure doesn't seem like Dwight and Claudette are gonna stop this, so it's on you. I think I was brought here to make this choice, so I'm going to do that now. Oh my god, you think Dwight looks like Gizmo? I mean, you're not wrong. I see it. I see it, Brad. I have no idea if he has the short shorts, Ham. Next time he streams, we should ask him. And I choose my girl. When it comes down to it, neither of these two seem easy to love. I mean, damn, Spirit literally has broken glass shards sticking out of her. But she has a certain charm to her, Gloom. He has been working out. And he does need to show off those gains. Spirit and I were actually having a nice time. Besides, if it's my fate to end up on this island, well, to hell with fate, really. And don't take this the wrong way, Wraith, but the amount of awkwardness you pack into a single day? No wonder you're so skinny. All that second-guessing yourself must burn a lot of calories. Hey, yo! We roasting this man! No offense taken. It's... Yeah, okay, it's true. I can be a little awkward, I guess. Sometimes. Right. So I'm going to stick with Spirit. Spirit breathes a sigh of relief. I've got enough revenging to do without having to kill you and Wraith too. Yeah, your poor boy, Blakey. Your poor boy. Spirit walks you around a corner to show you something that she discovered in this place and knew was meant to be connected with her journey. A cherry tree. He is exceedingly awkward, Blake. I guess that means you like him pathetic, doesn't it? It's just a small sapling, but it has begun to sprout flowers. It doesn't make sense to see a cherry tree here in this place. Ah, damn it. He does need more confidence. Aw, the cherry blossoms coming from the corner. That's such a cute detail. He can borrow about 80% of Trapper's. Please. Please. As Spirit steps up to the tree, a cool breeze pulls some petals off, and they come cascading through the air around the both of you. 1 second, guys. Need to check something. Ah. There it is. Ah, there it is. I was wondering how long till ads. All right, we'll be right back. Do some self-care. I need water. Okay, we're back. Hello, everybody. I have water. I have snackies. I hope everyone did some self-care. Ham, I hope you started your laundry. I need to do my laundry after stream. This is a really good baguette. Do you know the meaning of the cherry blossom? I'm sure you're gonna tell me. They're beautiful. They're beautiful, but also quite symbolic. Of course, like all good symbols, their meaning is pretty complicated. What do they mean to you? For many people, being among cherry blossoms is like being at a celebration of life. People travel great distances just to be near their vibrant beauty. However, as beautiful as they might be, they aren't magical. They're simply flowers. They quickly die and fade away. And for this reason, they are also a symbol of the fleeting nature of life, of our fragile mortality. In a way, it's the specter of looming death that calls attention to this special moment, to see and appreciate life. How does that duality make you feel, Sif? Empowered. The knowledge that life and death are a cycle has always given me peace. Accepting the fleeting nature of life, like the beauty of a flower in bloom, allows me to appreciate the moment without being too hung up on what comes next. As you explain, Spirit's face begins to look sad to you. You're not sure why. It's not the happiest topic, life and death, but why should that matter? And then it dawns on you. Spirit has been trapped in this ghastly state of death with no hope to cycle back. No rebirth. Her moment of blossoming light long gone. That scary time of death and decay that comes after the good part? That Spirit's eternity. I feel like an idiot. I wasn't talking about you. I wasn't even thinking about you. You just answered from the heart. I can't let that bother me. Our priorities are not the same. I have my mission. Once, the fallen cherry blossoms represented the souls of samurai warriors. Those with noble characters, those who did not fear death, those who were killed in the greatest sacrifice to honor their emperor. Their lives were short. What's going on? What's going on? Forky! Coder! You magnificent beings, hello! Welcome in, Raiders! Welcome in, everybody! I see Briar. I see Belly. I see Conglommo. Welcome in, everybody. Forky, Coder, I know you guys have been streaming for a while, so if you or any of your people need to raid and fade, please feel completely free to do so. Self-care is the best care. But if you're ready to keep going, keep watching something else, feel free to stick around. We're playing Hooked on You, the Dead by Daylight dating sim right now. And I am currently attempting to romance the spirit. There is a belly in chat. She has been sighted. So how was stream, everybody? Did you guys enjoy, what was it you guys were playing? Origami 2, wasn't it? It looked like fun. And were you at all stealthy, Forky? Or did you just keep getting caught and dying? Thank you for the lurk, Kumglamo. Ooh! Thank you for the follow, whoever followed. We do keep those anonymous here so that you can feel free to lurk or chat as you want. But thank you for joining in the madness that is the Noodle Bowl. Noodle Bowl. Noodle stand. All of the people being shouted out right now are utterly amazing people, and I love them very much, and you should all go check them out. And if you're not already following them, you should remedy that immediately, because they're all great, and I love being in all of their streams. I said what I said, Ham. Don't try and turn it around on me. I said what I said, and I meant it. Batman baby. I currently have a lap full of Bat Dog who is trying to get my baguette. And he is not going to get my baguette. Because the baguette is for me. Batman, I will kick you out of this room if you don't get off my lap so that I can eat in peace. Okay. Be gone. Alright, shall we get back into the game? Their lives were short, but their purpose gave them beauty. The warriors saw death coming, but they never despaired. They stood and faced it. They held their swords and struck down their fear. Ooh. But despite the samurai spirit that lives on in me, in my noble bloodline, my life has ended, but my death continues to stretch on. This cherry tree, it's not real. Though its petals fall, they soon replenish. It's as if it were installed here by someone. You watch as Spirit chooses her words very carefully. By something with no respect for the balance of life and death. Ooh. We're sorry to interrupt. You know we don't believe you, right? Yep. But this time we've got a really good reason. Oh, yeah, sure. And it has nothing to do with us being manipulated by an unseen force, because that's definitely not happening. Nobody accused you of that, but okay. We're just here to tell you that it's time for dinner, silly. Get it while it's hot. Oh, we didn't have breakfast this morning, so we should probably eat. I guess it's time to go or whatever. Thanks for spending some time with me today. I enjoyed it. Me too. What a fun day you've been having. I can see it written all over your face. You're shining. And that's not just the remaining anxious sweat from spending an afternoon courting a psycho killer. No, you are really feeling this whole romantic experience. Don't worry, I'll keep your dirty little secrets. But enough gentle ribbing. It's time to get back to business. All the, appetizing singles have arrived for dinner, including Trickster. I need to kick the dog out. Hold on. Go. Go on. Let me eat my baguette and stream with my friends in peace. Please. And thank you. Wraith is here too. We're not going to do the gag where we cram them all on screen at the same time again, so just believe me, they're all here, and they're just as sexy and demented as you remember them. With your love on the line, everyone is being very careful not to offend you by saying the wrong thing. Congrats on, by the way, on getting this far. Yeah, I feel that, Ham. Nah, in my case, it's... Batman is happy to be silent and adorable right up until I bring food out, and then he makes a menace of himself. I'm as surprised as you that these four are falling for you. No, not because of your personality, but because you just met them yesterday. Yeah, same. However, since Wraith seems like the biggest long shot to end up holding onto your heart, he throws caution to the wind and speaks up. It's a pretty small consolation prize for being the least loved killer on Murderer's Island, but hey, letting them have this one moment in the spotlight is the least we can do. And heaven knows they won't do any better than that. I'm sick of watching everyone else gorge themselves while I'm preoccupied with, you know, trying to get to the bottom of this never-ending nightmare. So tonight, no more of that. I'm not really hungry anyway, so I say we just do a simple salad or something. The green kind, not the mayo kind. Mayo is gross. Okay, you are dead to me now. You are completely and utterly dead to me now. Mayo is amazing. I'm fine with just lettuce. It doesn't have to be fancy. Mayo is strange, but indeed very vital. You are absolutely correct, Ham. Not iceberg, though. It has no nutritional value. Letting Wraith choose was a mistake. That's on all of us. It's okay, Belly. I forgive you. Exactly. Belly is pretty and therefore can be forgiven for heinous food thoughts. Bella, you're fucking gorgeous. I didn't think that needed to be said. I figured it was obvious. Dinner will be served shortly. But certain power brokers would like to know about your day. Would you like to share your day with the rest of the group? You've had an interesting day, that's for sure, but how will you describe it to the others? Say too much or too little, and it could affect your standing with the group. Okay, but don't just sit there saying nothing. Nothing is not an option. I had a really great time with her. And I probably just picked the wrong thing, but I wish you could all get to meet the real Spirit. She's a beautiful soft side, and you'd all get to see it if you were a bit nicer to her. Yeah, I picked the wrong thing. Hold up. Yes, I saved scum. Don't come at me. That's it, right? It wasn't really a date. More like two people avoiding everyone else and choosing to be alone, but doing it in a relatively close proximity to each other. Fuck off, Bella. That's exactly right. Couldn't have not said anything of value better myself. Spirit is clearly happy with the way you portrayed your date. No surprise, she doesn't like people getting into her business. Dwight and Claudette bring out dinner. Everyone eats in silence. No one trusts anyone now, and they're all very tired. Oh, wait, no, sorry. That's a dreary supernatural horror thriller set in Antarctica. Not a charming parody dating sim set in an undisclosed tropical paradise. Bony appetite? Don't you mean bone? No. Almost everything we serve has a lot of bones in it. Even the vegetables. Ew! Impossible to avoid on this island. Everyone eats without speaking. Tensions are rising. Both of the sexual and deadly variety. Once everyone finishes, Dwight and Claudette come back to clean up the table. They linger around you as they pick up your plate, take your napkin, and dust crumbs off of the table. What would you like to say to the servants? Oh, wow. That's mean. Yeah, go away, yeah. Fuck it, thanks. Your top-notch service is much appreciated. I don't want to alienate the people who bring me food. Thank you. No, because I'm eating. In fact, here. For us? Just for doing our jobs. Thank you kindly. I've met sheriffs in cages that block less cock than y'all. Oh my god. No. No, that will be left. Exactly as you typed it. For eternity. Everyone, if you would please be so kind as to follow us to the fire pit, we'd greatly appreciate it. We've been told something big is going to happen. Something that will change everything. You can go willingly, or you can go unwillingly. You have no choice. Tough cookies. Did you have a choice on how you said that, dweeb? Yes, and I immediately regret how I did it. Good. Something needs to change around here. Fire is rebirth. Fire illuminates the soul. I hope the fire isn't too smoky. Smoke hurts my eyes. I have pretty sensitive eyes. I'm also horribly afraid of it. The fire, I mean, not my eyes. Because of childhood trauma involving fire. And finally everyone starts moving toward the fire pit, if only to get away from Wraith's complaining. Right? You take a seat on a comfortable log, feeling the fire's heat against your skin, and wait for other killers to take their places, wondering who will want to tell a story this time. Will narrator tell a story? I bet they've got a stunningly creative mind. Hey, you think. Are they allowed to simply place thoughts in my mind like this? Doesn't seem fair. Everyone makes their way in. But something unexpected happens. Nothing. Nothing happens. Something almost always seems to be happening here, so nothing is probably not a great sign. Oh cool, now everyone's looking at you. So, you know, do something. Should I pick someone to tell a story? Or we could play charades? Boggle? Well, we were actually thinking, why don't you tell us a story? Wraith points his spine and skull staff thingamajig at you. You duck out of its way. Who knows what that thing can do? Probably shoots lasers. Try not to bore us. We're just very interested in you. Don't speak for me, Huntress. Now you can't tell if you're warm from the fire or if it's your nerves heating up. I know that the fire is right there, but maybe if we stop talking about it all the time, we can start to pretend it's not here and doesn't, you know, threaten to burn us all alive. He's not supposed to hear me. Get out of here, Wraith. Sif was about to make an important decision about telling a story or not. Fine, I'll tell a story. Sure, I'm game to tell a story. I hope it's a mystery. Get out of here! You are a disgrace to the color purple. Okay, so what type of story do you want to tell? Romance. I'll tell a romantic story. About two lovers who take poison together and die foaming at the mouth? Or about two strong hunters who meet when they're both trying to bludgeon the same wily Wolverine? Hello? Not quite. It's about my parents. They met at a party in college. He was hosting, she'd been dragged there by some friends. They couldn't have been more different. And yet, as the night went on, they were drawn to each other. She made fun of his taste in music, and he took an interest in her major, women's studies. They were married within 2 months. Bit soon to know if you can trust someone, don't you think? You would think. And yet my parents were engaged within 3 weeks. I am not kidding! My parents got engaged 3 weeks after they met, and were married within 3 months, and were then married for 31 years before Dad died. So. I think you might be enjoying this game a little too much. It's so sweet. Oh, fuck off, Wraith. Exactly. I learned a lot about love from them. If you know, you know. Some people don't need years to get acquainted with their partner. Love could spark from a mere look across a campfire. Now you've got their attention. each killer is furiously attempting to catch your eye from across the fire pit. Except for Trickster, who has wandered over to the bar and is loudly playing his own music on headphones to drown you out. Rude. Okay, that was not a very good story. I don't mean to insult you, but it was actually quite bad. Sorry, but this narrator keeps it real. We can't just end there. So who else would you like to hear a story from tonight? You look from killer to killer, trying to decide who might be the most entertaining. Obviously, I'm choosing my girl again. I suppose I could tell a story. I don't really want to, but anything I say is sure to be better than whatever you get out of anyone else in this group. Like all good stories, I stole this one from someone in the past who is dead now and can't do anything about it. It's called The Bride. Technically, I suppose, the fiancé. Honey, what's your face looking like that? One winter, a young couple decided that the next spring they would be married. The two were madly in love and could not wait for the snow to melt so they could join in matrimony and unite their souls for eternity. Per the latest bridal trends, they decided to have their wedding ceremony at the edge of the woods by a beautiful, shabby chic farmhouse. Together, they spent months planning the details of the wedding. The two created invitations, figured out seating arrangements, and tasted 100 cakes before settling on the perfect one. That's a lot of cakes. I think I'd be tired of cake after that. They chose Lilikoi, by the way. So fancy. What the fuck is Lilikoi? Oh, passion fruit. Exactly, Ham. Exactly. When it came time to figure out the decorations, however, the bride, the fiancé, I guess, since she wasn't actually married yet, wanted to take the lead and set the style. After all, her boyfriend had been wearing cargo shorts and open-toe sandals for pretty much their entire relationship, so he was definitely not to be trusted. Having decided on such a lovely, natural setting for the ceremony, the fiancé decided that she would create unique floral arrangements from the local wildflowers that surrounded the farmhouse. Is this going to turn into a poisoning story? Be honest with me, Spirit. Are they about to get accidentally poisoned? Because I'm okay with that. I just want to know. As soon as the sun rose on the first day of spring, she set off into the woods. Each day, she spent hours mapping out where the best blooms could be found and prepared to pick them herself the morning of the wedding so that they'd be at the height of their freshness and beauty. Interesting. Enamored with the incredible variety of flowers in the woods she surveyed, the bride, or the fiancé, since they had not yet been married, became obsessed with knowing just how many there were so that she could choose the absolute best. When the fateful morning of her big day finally came, the fiancé told her husband-to-be that she had one final errand before the wedding. Excited for the ceremony to come, she dressed in her beautiful white gown and set off into the woods to gather flowers. Honey! Honey, put the dress on after you've got your flowers. Fuck's sake! Treading carefully, she followed her route, selecting only the best stems and collecting them in a basket. However, when she came upon a once familiar clearing, something was not as she expected. Somehow, it was more beautiful now than it had ever been before. And just on the edge of her view was a new bush filled with blossoms so vibrant and colorful, she became dizzy just looking at them. But the fiancé ignored her sudden spell and pressed ahead, scooping up flower after flower. And every time she did, she noticed just further ahead, impossibly, even more beautiful blossoms. Uh-oh! Go pick flowers in your sweats, exactly, Ham! Carried by the sweet fragrance of spring air, the fiancé, crept farther and farther into the woods. Until she turned a corner, stepped over a mossy fallen tree trunk and realized she had been here before. But this wasn't the clearing she remembered, or at least not how she remembered it. The flowers were suddenly overripe, decaying, falling from their stems into festering, moldy piles on the floor. Where bees had been, now only flies buzzed. Where the scene of flowers had once intoxicated her, the odor of mildew now made her sick. She turned and looked back, but the path was dark. Into a shadowy glen she walked, and walked, and walked. That day, as guests gathered at the farmhouse, the fiancé was nowhere to be seen. Her friends, family, and love began to look for her, but to no avail. They searched the pasture, the tree line, and into the forest. But there were no beautiful wildflowers or young lovers to be seen. Just old, dead trees, trampled vines, and moss-covered rocks. The fiancé stayed a fiancé for eternity, always wandering, looking for fresher blooms to clip, but never finding them. Distracted by a never-ending search for perfection, unable to see that you are loved for who you are, out there all alone. I thought it was beautiful and sad, just like someone we know. How was story time? A lot of people like to take potshots at sequels, but I think every good story deserves a follow-up. When you think it's the end, the sequel is almost never as rewarding as the original. That's why I'm much more a fan of the episodic style of storytelling. Knowing it's a series takes a lot of pressure off any individual installment, and builds a greater sense of community between audience and creator. Not wrong. Tell me, Sif, if you could delete any sequel from existence, what would it be? Oh, there's a question. Let me think about that. Any sequel. have to go with Star Wars Episode 8 and 9. The minute they had Luke trying to kill Kylo Ren, nah, man. The sequel trilogy was dead for me after that. Don't answer that, we don't actually care. We're just here to make sure we seamlessly move on to the next segment of the evening. Well, fuck you! You asked me, I answered. God forbid my small talk get in the way of a romantic Twilight moment. Dwight, I'm gonna need you to shut your yap trap. You know that we need to get to that thing we do whenever we're not on screen. Okay, you have fun tonight and try not to, end up dead. Why did you say the word wink wink out loud? And what kind of double entendre are you getting at with the end up dead thing? Dwight is physically incapable of winking, not since the accident. And you do know that all of these people are despicable criminals with double-digit kill counts, right? Well, except for Spirit. She really doesn't belong here. She's strictly a victim, not a perpetrator. No wonder she's pissed. Did I hear someone trash-talking Spirit? Deal me in. Fuck you. What do you say we take this talk to the hot tub so I can soak this bod while I roast that ghost with some killer hot takes? Please, enough talk of burns, things that are lit or getting blazed. It's enough that these activities have to be set next to a literal fire. Must I be surrounded by figurative flames as well? What if we turned and ran as far away from this place as we could, just you and me? On those spindly legs? You'd probably tire before you got too far. If it's running away to some place more secluded Sif is after, they should obviously join me. Have you seen these legs? Pure power. I mean, she's not wrong. Yeah, right. Damn, Huntress. Not that my walk speed really reflects my giant stature. But that's because I choose to move slowly for stealthy reasons. It's my own choice, and it's completely logical. Why is everyone so obsessed with comparing themselves to each other and creating drama? I'm so over all of that. Don't you get it? Society wants to trick you into fighting with each other so that corporations can swoop in and sell you fake solutions to all your fabricated problems. Preach. I'll be sitting in the shade and drinking something locally sourced while thumbing through a public domain novella printed on recycled paper because I refuse to play their game anymore. Sounds good to me. It's like she's actively trying to be as unappealing as possible. Does it really turn anyone else on or just me? Fuck you! Despite Trapper's insatiable appetite, it seems his attention, along with the attention of everyone else, is still on you for the moment. If you could, I don't know, just pick one of us, maybe we could all move on with our lives, or, you know, some special projects we might have going on. You heard him. Who will it be? Who will you head off with for an evening activity? My girl! I'm just saying, You may not get a ton of chances to date around like this before your time on Murderer's Island comes to a close. And no, I'm not satisfied with that name either, but with this streaming reality TV dating show boom happening, it's pretty much all that wasn't taken. Which killer will you pick? And yes, we're back to excluding Trickster because, ugh, that guy. My girl! Spirit? Oh. You picked me. Yay. Sorry, that was rude of me. I despise phoniness, so I should be honest with you. You make for interesting company, and I love the idea of winning over these other killers at all cost, even when I hate the game and the prize, but I had a long day. Floating, subverting expectations, grinding my teeth as I imagine sweet, sweet revenge. It takes a lot out of me. So don't stop bringing your A game, alright? It might seem like I hate everything, and getting to really know who I am is an impossible task not worth trying. But too bad. You won't know unless you search deep inside yourself and bring everything you've got. Or just say the exact right thing at the right time and melt my cold heart in an instant. I don't know the rules here any better than you do. See you at the bar, I guess. Huh. Alright. You arrive at the bar to find Dwight and Claudette both holding cocktail shakers, surrounded by a bevy of bottles for assorted booze. Who's ready to get wasted? Well, I don't drink, so not me. You really don't drink? Ever? Is that like a because it'll just fall out a hole in your stomach thing, or... I don't drink alcohol because alcohol is a poison of the body and the mind, and I don't need to act like a fool to have a good time thing. Fair! Then why did you choose a mixology lesson as your romantic nighttime activity? Everyone knows this kind of date is just an excuse to get loaded up on booze and make terrible decisions. It's true, not a single person has ever learned anything at one of these things. Damn. Dwight, now that's not true. You learned how to tie a cherry knot in a stem. I think that's supposed to be a cherry stem in a knot using only your tongue. Whoa, 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 whoa. Who ordered the soda with a splash of my private business? Because that's off menu. Ayo. Welp, I know what I'm drinking to forget tonight. Hold on, let him cook, exactly. Sorry, I'm chewing. 1 second. Mixology is a real thing, and it doesn't require alcohol to be interesting. I'll have you all know that I worked at a restaurant before I was violently executed. By your father. On whom you will have your bloody vengeance. Right, right. Well, so be it. How about you, Sif? Do you drink? Well, she's made her view clear, so I'm going to stay sober. I've got the impression that tonight will be a night I want to remember perfectly, so I'm gonna pass on the alcoholic drinks. Here! Alcohol is a false escape. Besides, it's not like sober people can't have fun. 1 second. Last bite. That was a good baguette. You watch as Spirit picks up a plump cherry and roughly stabs a little plastic sword through it. Adorable. Cherry juice splatters everywhere, and its little fruity guts flop out onto Spirit's lap. No! Oopsie! One of the upsides of wearing black, it hardly shows stains. No take-backsies. So, lovebirds, what drink shall we make? Damn. Oh, right, you can't save during decisions. One sec. Best drink to choose for Spirit hooked on you. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought, but I wanted to double check. Dark and stormy. How about a dark and stormy drink for my dark and stormy date? Okay, that one is cute. Hey. Please allow us to demonstrate how a dark and stormy is made. First, rum, or in this case rum extract and a little bit of apple juice, is poured over ice. And then fresh ginger beer is added in, garnished with a lime wheel, and drink. The end. Do you think you're up to the challenge? Replicating rum substitute and ginger beer over ice? Don't forget the lime wheel! Rum substitute and ginger beer over ice with a lime wheel. Not sure I appreciate your tone, but yes, you've got it. You're a natural. A sassy natural. And you and Dwight might have more in common than don't you dare. Right? Instantly bright and bubbly. It was so cute. Spirit seems to be in a lovely mood as she sips her dark and stormy. She's not even rolling her eyes at your petty behavior. On cue, a literal dark storm begins to make its way in from the ocean. You taste your own dark and stormy as you watch the clouds approach. It's quite refreshing. Isn't this fun? Honestly, it's the most drama-free fun I've had since I got here. And since you picked a simple but delicious drink, we've got plenty of time left to relax. One moment. I need to plug chat in so I can keep seeing you guys. i.e. my phone's about to die. There we go. Want to make out a little? You breathe in a sip of your drink and immediately begin coughing. Before you can get a yes out, lightning strikes a palm tree on the beach and it immediately starts a fire. The activity ends abruptly as Claudette and Dwight usher the two of you away from the bar. Hey! Damn it, everything's cock-blocking me. Alright, I think we're almost to the end of the day. But, when we get to day 3, we're gonna end. 'Cause I've done a lot of talking. And my voice is starting to give out. Assuming we get to the next day, otherwise I'll just cut it off in like 30 minutes. Just a warning. The gang's all together, again on the volleyball court. Seems like only yesterday you were sitting on the sidelines watching everyone get sweaty. Yapping is hard work. I don't normally talk this much on stream. That's because it was? Boy, feels like I've been here a lot longer than that, actually. It's so late that the sun is already beginning to rise. Better get this over with quickly so that I mean you, can get some beauty rest. I do not recommend the eternal damnation of perpetual narratordom. Good thing you've really used your time well since then. Really getting to know the gang. The brain, the mogul, the basket case, the psychotic bunny girl. You know, the 4 types of people. Anyway, everyone is gathered on the volleyball court for a new type of game. Pitch a dream date and see who Sif chooses. Who's ready for a round robin? How round are we talking? No, not to eat, Huntress. Each killer gets 2 minutes to tell you all about the dream date they have planned for you tomorrow. In no particular order, which is a weird thing to mention, right? Almost like the order does matter. Trapper, why don't you go first? You think you deserve it, even if in this case it's a subtle dig. Stop talking. Trapper, without further ado, would you like to make us all uncomfortable by pushing the boundaries of what's acceptable not only in polite society, but within the narrative of this in-world event, and also the larger meta-narrative of a Dead by Daylight dating experience? Wow, that was a fourth wall breakage right there. Damn. Sometimes you just gotta say it. Getting meta now. Yeah. Why, yes. Thank you. I'd love to. So, Sif, you're thinking of picking me? Well, this is your final warning. Pick me and be punished. And rewarded. Tomorrow will suck. Probably. I'm not an easy guy to get along with. I know that. But I can tell you this much. I'm hiding a secret on this island that will make fans shit themselves with excitement. I'm still not picking you. If you like Trapper, you're gonna love it. And if you're not a maggot... Also, everyone, even confident, sexy ladies in rabbit masks, better stay the hell away from my yacht. Great. Huntress, why don't you take it from here? Tomorrow morning, I'm planning a nice, atmospheric breakfast on the yacht. Don't worry, Trapper won't even know it's gone. What was that? Nothing? Go away! Then, boy oh boy, I've got such an adventure planned. It involves hunting for treasure. What kind of treasure are we looking for? Guess you'll have to pick me to find out. Let me tell you, it's primo stuff. Agreed, Ham. He should know his place, and he is trash for daring to speak so cruelly of our rabbit lady. Now, if you don't mind, I've got to start preparing, because it's clear already you're going to pick me. Confident. Mysterious. I like it. Sorry. Anyway, Wraith. One sec, guys. Checking something. Okay. Well, the overconfident is such a mood kill. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely, Ham. I'd really prefer to just tell Sif privately. I don't really know how that's going to work with these game mechanics. I don't know either. What if you just whispered it to Sif? Wraith considers this for a long moment. Too long. Exactly, Ham. If you think you're that good, nope. Add. Alright, we'll be back in 3 minutes, guys. Go take care of yourselves if you can hear me. Alrighty, everybody should be back from ads now. Welcome back. I hope the ad mafia didn't bug you too much. Wraith considers this for a long moment. Too long. That's fine. Without moving, Wraith lowers his voice to a barely audible whisper. Tomorrow we have to find my bell. And then I can finally tell you about what I've been working on. It's gonna be really special, the kind of thing where we'll really bond. And maybe finally get off this island. Maybe then we can go on a real date. You done? Is that it? Wraith nods, proud. Hit us, spirit. Figuratively! Damn it, Dwight, you've got to watch your words with these people. Tomorrow, you'll spit in the face of God, die, and be born anew. Oh, tell me more. That's it? Fuck off! If you're not intrigued by that, I don't want you. Go draw crayon art with Trapper, or dig up whatever mysteries with Wraith. I don't know what those guys do all day. Do you want to at least specify which god you'll be spitting in the face of? All of them. Okay then, so hydrate tonight if you intend to hang with Spirit. And time's up, everyone. Gosh, you'll need to dream about these options so you're ready to choose in the morning. Now go dream about all these swoon-worthy options so that you're ready to make a choice come dawn. Dawn's already here? Have a swell night. Did you two forget to mention something? Oh gosh, how could we forget? Before you run off to slumber peacefully, there's one more thing to do. No reality survival dating competition parody would be complete without singling out one of our contestants who is already teetering on the edge of a psychologic break and giving them a little push. Hold up, this has been a survival dating competition parody this entire time, and I'm just finding out about it now? Come on, the signs were there, you just didn't read them. Welcome to Murderer's Island! Now it's time to eliminate one of the killers. Oof, it's like a butchering, but it hurts even worse. You can't kill a killer, but can you break their heart? Do you dare to even try? You mean, that's right. Tomorrow, one of these sexy slicers will not be eligible to take you on a date. Who's it gonna be? But why? Because it's dramatic? Because it's surprising? Because it's a classic reversal of fate? And it will hurt someone's feelings. Someone dangerous. What's it gonna be, champ? What's your thought process here? Trapper seems like he might throttle you in your sleep if you eliminate him. That being said, at least you'd see him coming. Spirit could be anywhere. She floats. And I hear she can disappear. Hard to track. Eek, if you get rid of Wraith, he might cry. And although I totally support normalizing men crying and being vulnerable, it just seems like he might be an ugly crier. Huntress? She might pretend to be okay with it, but then you'll start seeing her behind every tree. What I'm trying to say is, I don't envy you, boss. So, which sociopath are you eliminating? Trapper, obviously! This was very simple. Trapper, you scare the living shit out of me, you're eliminated. That's fair. Honestly, I don't care. You suck. But not in a good way. You bore me, you personality-free maggot. It wouldn't even be fun to kill you. Boy, bye! Which I was totally going to do tomorrow the first chance I got. So really, this is a win-win for both of us. Still might kill you though. Out of principle. For eliminating me. Sleep with both eyes open. And have fun on your date tomorrow. Now that you've broken the heart of someone heartless, you should go get some shut-eye. And don't worry too much about the broken heart you've left behind. Because of course they'll be receiving a consolation prize. They might not get to go home with Sif when this is all over, but they'll never sleep alone again. That's right, we're sending our eliminated player home with... Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh god! Oh my god! Their own mostly new trickster body pillow. The next best thing to the real trickster. It might not hug you back, but it definitely won't try and stab you. And how do we know? Because I've tried it. That's right. It's Dwight tested. mostly new. I better not see any juice stains on this. Claudette approved. I hope you sleep well tonight, Sif. You're my hero for what you've accomplished. Oh my god. Why is it so sticky? And to think I was torn between playing more of this and playing My Friendly Neighborhood. This is so much better. Oh boy. And why does it smell like shame and regret? How can you sleep tonight knowing what you've done? No, not because of the guilt. I mean knowing there's a legit homicidal maniac who hates you so close by. How can you sleep tonight knowing what you'll do tomorrow? I don't know how you'll do it, but you better go before Dwight and Claudette come back and put you to sleep themselves. You know those two. Schedule, schedule, schedule. Wow, what a crazy way to end the day. An elimination? I didn't even know it was that kind of a game. Let's check in with everyone, especially with our loser. Everyone deserves a send-off. We'll see how things go tomorrow, I suppose. I'm not expecting anything. I tend to shut my mind off during hard times. I know I seem all excited and devil-may-care, but the truth is, I'm really a pessimist at heart. That tends to happen when your mother is skewered by an elk when you were young. Hi, Belly. Damn straight we're all slurs. You ain't got any room to talk. You're the head faggot queen. Exactly, Blakey. Yeah, how'd you know? Wild guess. It's also the only thing you talk about. If you'll excuse me, I think I saw a raccoon over in that tree, and I'm feeling peckish. I don't really know what's happening here. I honestly haven't been paying attention. Oh, Sif? Sorry, I forgot. I'm focusing on other things. More important things. One way or another, I won't be here much longer. Oh, he's pissed. I don't handle rejection well. At least I don't think I do. No one has ever been dumb enough to reject me before. Yeah, the more I think about it, the angrier I'm getting. And I'm a giant rage monster, so everyone in this room should be scared right now. Bella, I love you. Turn the camera off. Of course Sif is into me. Why wouldn't they be? I'm thoughtful, beautiful, surrounded by a calming mist. I've also got great hair. You do. And since I'm technically dead, I'm extremely low maintenance. Look, I don't like to throw the term anime waifu around too often, but if the body pillow fits, snuggle it, you know what I mean? Hello? Ma'am? Hello? not the waifu, right, Ham? Oh. What? No, you're not a part of this. You don't get a confessional. It's cool, man. I'm not a part of anything, you feel me? I'm not a cog in anyone's machine. I'm my own machine. This whole thing is pretty cute, though. Charmingly low budget, old school marketing vibes. Not gonna lie, kinda wish I wasn't so busy right now. I'd definitely be down with a reality show style dating competition with survival elements. Hey, speak for yourself, Ham! But I got my new album, upcoming tour, finalizing the new sneaker line, producing a limited series on my life, starting a new social media NFT crypto app, and doing these private gigs over on IP Island. My dudes, you gotta come check it out. IP Island, it's dope. It's where the real killers are hanging out. Fully licensed, no legal drama, lawyers, take a hike. This guy is evil, and we absolutely did all learn at least part of our sass from Bella. I'm gonna tell everyone that Trickster said that about them, don't worry. I'm talking your favorite established characters from all over pop culture that can't be seen on this island. Hell, you probably can't even mention them, like Don't you say it! Look, we get it. You're very popular and in demand, but we have a game to get back to and I don't want to get sued. Mistress, queen, head bitch, all of these apply to Bella. That's an odd face he's making. Ghost face. Come on! Whatever, I don't even care. I'm the trickster. See you around, Sif. You too, narrator. I have a name, you know. You do? Yes! Seriously, they do not pay me enough to deal with you people. Is it my turn? What? No! No, it is not your turn! You're sentient water. How are you even sitting in that chair? What's a chair? It's the thing you're getting all wet. Now it's gonna smell like mildew. Okay. Rude. Fine, let's just get this over with. It's your turn, Ocean. Do your check-in. Check-in? I was just looking for the bathroom. Bathroom? Are you serious? It's down the hall to the left. It's okay. Never mind. Never mind. What does that mean? No, not you too. This wasn't meant to be confessional time for literally every character in this game. It's okay. We don't have to confess anything. We've just been working our asses off for 2 days straight and wanted to sit down somewhere. This chair is wet. Yeah, I think the ocean just peed on it. How is that You know what? I don't care. You two are looking pretty pleased with yourselves. I've got something to confess. Oh, great. What's it gonna be? You ate glue in the 2nd grade? You cheated on an algebra test once. Watching Trapper get eliminated was the first time in this unending spiral staircase of pain that is my life that I've felt even a modicum of joy. Damn. Damn! Every minute that I am alive is a nightmare. This place, this sun, these sweet, sugary drinks. It sounds fun for a long weekend, but for an eternity? The unrelenting rhythm of crashing waves and wailing seagulls, it's like a crescendoing song of evil that makes me question the very foundations of the universe. Why am I here? Why are any of us here, what kind of sentient being would do this? Damn, man. Dwight snapped. Good on him. Please, erase me from this existence. Make it so I was never born. Pull the plug on this experiment and let my soul be free. And please, please get me out of this polo shirt. Okay, let's get you to bed, buddy. I don't want to go to bed. Going to bed means eventually I'll have to wake up. Yikes, huh? That was a weird way to end. Ah, well, what are you gonna do? You let the camera roll long enough, someone is bound to say something crazy. Anyways, seems like everyone's had their shot to annoy me tonight, so hit the hay and get some rest. Tomorrow's gonna be a doozy. And with that, end of day 2. We shall end stream. I have been talking for literally 3 hours, Belly. Let me see who's available to raid out to right now. Oh, I've got a lot of options. We've got a lot of options for raids. We could go see Swordfish. We could go see Juice. Or Lore, or... No, I think we are gonna go see our good friend and teacher of all things Phasmo, at least for Sif Sif. Juice. Crispy, you can't read out to... Oh, Crispy. Okay. Raid everyone all at the same time. I wish I could. I wish I could. There is your raid message. Crispy, you did this last time too. We're gonna go see, Juice. It does. I need to actually make a command that puts the raid message in the chat instead of me just typing it out every time, but I keep forgetting to do it. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. I'll do that right after stream. Alright, we're gonna go see Juice, who is currently playing Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. And apparently it is their first playthrough? I'm not sure. I couldn't read the entire title. But thank you guys so much for coming in and hanging with me and coming along on the ride that is Hooked on You, this absolutely unhinged game. I will see you all among the Twitchverse. I love you. Have a magnificent, magnificent rest of your day.